Hello guys, welcome back to Football the Dad's Talk. I'm here on the old Dutch couch. I want to talk about footballing heroes. I mean, I'm an Englishman, but I'm a Dutch football fan. I love Ajax and I love the Dutch national team. Always have done, more than the England team. I might get pelters for that, so be it. Just want to talk about heroes. I mean, we've all got footballing heroes, right? But it must start somewhere. So I want to talk about Johan Cruyff, my footballing hero, and where it all started. I was speaking to a friend of mine earlier who actually lent me these videos when must have been 7 or 8. Lent me these videos and I saw this guy. It was a penalty. He passed, he got the return and he scored. And you're thinking, as a kid, you're watching that thinking, is that allowed? What's all this about? But it got my interest. And that's my first ever memory of seeing Johan Cruyff. You know, in a video back then. I don't think there was even internet. There wasn't YouTube or nothing back then when I was young. But from there, then I looked at these. Then I went into the early 70s Ajax teams. My friend who lived in my street that time, his brother was a massive Johan Cruyff fan. So he'd lend me the videos of this. So I'm seeing these early 1970s Ajax teams. Wow. Changed my whole outlook on football. Wow. That's all I can say. I'll say it again. Wow. These players, this football they was playing, I've never seen anything like it. Obviously, I'm younger than that, so I was watching football in the 80s and 90s. I've never seen anything like this from this Rinus Mikkels team. Obviously, Johan Cruyff and his teammates, they're doing their magic. Never seen anything like it. Opened up a whole new world to me, football-wise, and something that's stuck with me now. And is such a big part of my love for football now. Probably the biggest part of my love for football now really is this around me there, which is strange. I still follow the Dutch national team now, but I just want to talk about that. Obviously the Ajax early 70s, they won the 3 consecutive European Cups, which is now the Champions League, 71, 72, 73. Don't think that had ever been done before, 3 in a row. What a team that was. The first one they won was at Wembley against Panathinaikos. But yeah, obviously great football. But I remember seeing the videos of them playing in this little, it seemed like a little stadium on these videos, and I just loved the whole. Just looked so, I don't know how to describe it really. Just looked classy. Everything about them just looked classy. The white sleeve with just a red band in the middle. Never seen anything like that either. It was just classy. And with the 1974, this is where I really fell in love. The 74 World Cup team, the Netherlands, my favourite team ever. I know they never won the World Cup, but they won the hearts, mate. They won the hearts of the world. The way they played that football. No one had ever seen that total football. Interchanging positions. Defenders comfortable in attacking positions. Attackers comfortable coming back into defensive areas. No one had ever seen football like this Rinus Mikkels team. And obviously Johan Cruyff was the orchestrator on that pitch. Great team. Sort of players. Kaiser, Johnny Rep, Harry Hahn, Ruud Krol, great players, but the orange shirt as well, just captivating. As a kid, I just fell in love with that orange, and I'm still in love with it now. And I might get pelters on here. I'll get pelters from my own mates who wind me up about it, you fake Dutchman and all this. But I think deep down they understand that I respect this the way of football, and everything I love about it is from a good place. And technically, I just think these guys were leagues above. Obviously, Johan Cruyff won 3 Ballon d'Ors, right? 1971, 73 and 74. And there were some amazing players, likes of Beckenbauer and that back then. There were some amazing players, and he won 3 of those. He was the orchestrator in this team, in this Dutch team, and in the Ajax team. There were some brilliant players. Johan Nayskins, oh, amazing player. Seen videos of him, amazing player. But what I liked about Johan Cruyff the most, was his style of play. When I watch these videos, I've never seen anyone move with the ball at his feet like him. 1 minute he'd just be strolling. The turn of pace, the quick turn of pace, like in the 74 final when he won the penalty, literally on the halfway line. Just the way he ran with that ball, the speed that he got with that ball at his feet. I've never seen anyone do that. the vision of the man, the vision that the little throw balls, that other players wouldn't even look for, wouldn't even see. This guy would see it. But outside of the foot pass, this is one of my favourite parts. I love the outside of the foot passes that he used to do. On the point every time. On point every time. It's just his vision, his shooting accuracy was brilliant. Everything about his game. Diagonal passing, obviously the Cruyff term people are going to talk about. They're going to talk about that, the Cruyff term. But I see in his book that to him it wasn't even a big part. It was sort of just another thing I'd done on the pitch, which just shows how good he was and how much he obviously believed in his own ability, that he thought that was just another thing. But what I love about it, he was a young kid. And I'm sure I read that his mum was a cleaner at the stadium. He used to go along with his mum. I'm sure I read this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just used to go along, kick a ball around in the car park and was spotted that way. Made his debut as a teenager in the 60s there. So came through the ranks there. Just became an important part of the Ajax. What they became, because in the 60s the Dutch football wasn't, from what I led to believe, the Dutch football wasn't at a great level. I'm sure Feyenoord won the European Cup before Ajax did. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure they did the year before. That's what I love about him. He was an Amsterdam boy, born and bred, local team. This is the sort of players that I love anyway. Couple that with his ability, his vision. He was a maverick as well. Also, something from the '74 World Cup, which I love, which just shows that this guy, he knew he was good, right? Holland, Netherlands, sponsored by Adidas. They're wearing an Adidas kit. All the players, 3 stripes, like this, 3 stripes. Johan Cruyff rocks up with 2 stripes on his. People think, what's this all about? Basically, he's a Puma man. He's sponsored by Puma. He doesn't want to be seen wearing Adidas, so he takes a stripe off. He has a kit made with 2 stripes. That for me is shithousery, and that shows me that this guy knows he's good. Right? Not many people could carry that off. Not many people, I'm sure. Other players probably would have got in trouble. I think not him. He was there. He was there. But that '74 World Cup side, it was the style of play. I mean, I've seen so many, I wasn't born there. I've seen so many videos. I've never seen a team press the ball like that '74 World Cup side. At one point, there was about 9 of them sprinting after this ball, causing chaos, causing offsides, getting offside decisions because of it, winning the ball back high up. They were just a joy to watch. I've seen all the videos of their games during that World Cup, and they were unbelievable. I know in the final it didn't go their way, but they had a little bit of trouble in the lead up to that. I think a German newspaper set them up, apparently, and got all the play. I know Johan Cruyff. I've heard a podcast that apparently Johan Cruyff and a few of the players spent the week on the phone to their wives, worried their marriages were going to be in trouble because they sort of set them up with a story saying they was in the pool with a load of naked women and stuff. Might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But honours for Johan Cruyff. Obviously, you got the Ballon d'Or. This is only a few of his honours. 9 Eredivisie. What I like about this shows he was a little bit of a maverick again. He won 8 with Ajax, and he was up for a new contract at Ajax. And in his book, it said Ajax were messing around with offering him a new contract. But being the big character he was, what he'd done was, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because you're pissing me around, I'm going to go and join Feyenoord, who are your rivals. So he went there. And what did he do? Helped him win the Eredivisie in that season. Masterstroke. Genius of a geezer. He also, when he joined Barcelona, from what I led to believe, he was bound to join Real Madrid. He was meant to join Real Madrid because the president of Ajax had agreed a deal behind his back, literally told him, you're going to Real Madrid. Cruyff, being the maverick and the genius he was, he said, I'll tell you what, No, I'm not. I'm going to Barcelona. And at this time, Barcelona, this was more of a challenge for him because Barcelona weren't with Real Madrid at that point. Real Madrid were leagues above, not literally. They were levels above. So he thought, do you know what? I'll go to Barcelona. And what did he do? He went to Barcelona, where Rinus Michels was the manager, his old Ajax manager. He turned Barcelona into the literally went up that with Real Madrid. But he didn't. It wasn't even just on the pitch. He changed the mentality of that club at Barcelona. He changed the mentality, the culture in Catalonia. The philosophy of that club changed through Johan Cruyff. The whole philosophy of Barcelona, as you see them now, and Pep's Barcelona in particular, that stems from Johan Cruyff, mate. The style of play, the philosophy they had, all stems from him. All those young players, they come from La Masia. They've been brought through on the qualities that Cruyff gave them, gave that club. The total football, as you see it today, with Guardiola, particularly with his Barcelona team, with Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets and co. Johan Cruyff all over it. Had Johan Cruyff written all over it. I mean, what sort of man can have a stadium named after him in Amsterdam, Johan Cruyff Arena, and the Johan Cruyff Stadium in Barcelona, which is where the Barcelona B play, Barcelona women and the under-19s and youth teams, I believe. That just shows what you've had, what influence you've had at them clubs. And they are two European powerhouses, Ajax and Barcelona. To have your name that's named after yourself on those stadiums says it all. Says it all for me. Going off the Cruyff situation for a second, even Holland in general, I've had a love for this nation. I've never even been to Holland, but I'm definitely going, and I'm taking my boys who love Ajax as well in Holland, and my youngest upstairs who's 8 loves Johan Cruyff. I've been saying this for years. I want to go there, and I want to visit Amsterdam, not for the dodgy reasons you thinking. But I really wanted to go to the old stadiums, really. I mean, obviously, it's not the same going to the Johan Cruyff Arena because it wasn't really where he played, was it? But yeah, I want to visit there, and I want to go and see a match, and I want to go to the museum and all this sort of stuff, which I've got to do. I've been saying it for so long. I've got to get off Mars and bloody do it. And I'll take my boys now. They're my 8-year-old's old enough to remember, so I'll take him. We'll have some experience together. Sorry, the Dutch during the 80s, when I was old enough to remember, Euro 88, my second favourite player of all time, Marco van Basten. I saw some silly YouTuber the other day call him a Dutch Tony Yeboah because he missed it a volley apparently. Correction, mate, this was the best goal you're ever going to see. My favourite goal of all time. Pretty close with Michael Thomas at Anfield in 89 for Arsenal. A different situation. But the technique of that guy, and Van Basten, anyone in the comments, tell me a better centre forward. Tell me a better centre forward. I don't think there's ever been a better centre forward than him. He retired at sort of 26 or 28 or whatever. To achieve what he did in a career was unbelievable. Van Basten was just, yeah, best centre forward of all time for me. No one's ever close. No one's come close. As a typical number 9. I don't think anyone's come close to him. And obviously my other favourite player, Dennis Bergkamp. So imagine when he rocks up at Arsenal. When he rocks up at my team Arsenal, I'm like, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this now. He changed, another Dutchman, changed the culture of my club. Obviously Arsene Wenger was there, right, afterwards. But Bergkamp opened the doors for that club to change a whole culture. We were boring, mate, before that. When he turned up, Arsenal changed. Arsenal changed, without a doubt. It's due to Dennis Bergkamp turning up at the door before Arsene Wenger. People will say Wenger, Dennis Bergkamp. You ask the players who played with him, he changed it, mate. I was only disappointed he went to Italy. It didn't work out for him, but I don't think Inter Milan sort of gave him what they promised him on a footballing style sort of thing. So I don't think it suited Dennis out there. But what a player. But obviously with the Dutch national team, I still support them to this day. And even in the Euros, They played England, right? Who am I supporting? I'm supporting the Dutch. I'm supporting the Dutch. Yeah, I don't care. I'm honest about it. I was supporting the Dutch. Xavi Simons smashes that goal in. I didn't cheer because I felt a bit disrespectful. I thought, I'm not going to do that. Neighbours might think, who's this div? I didn't do that. Obviously, when Ollie Watkins scored the winner at the end, yeah, my heart sunk. As much as I should have been jumping up and down because it's my country of birth, yeah, my heart sunk. And all I could think was my mates are going to slaughter me for this. But it is what it is. The World Cups, I'll tell you what, my favourite two World Cups, 94 and 98 actually. World Cup 94 in USA. I thought that was a good World Cup. I enjoyed that one as a Dutch fan. And 98 I enjoyed, obviously Bergkamp against Argentina. But I thought there's just some great games in those World Cups. And I really loved following the Dutch in those World Cups. I know obviously 2010 lost in the final in extra time, Iniesta's goal for Spain, which was gutting. But 3 World Cup finals now and not won it. Thing is, it's a small nation compared to a lot of them nations, right? The players that Holland or Netherlands produce, amazing. It's all down to the youth systems there. Youth systems are fantastic in Netherlands, which is another reason why I love the Netherlands as well. Because I coach and I love to see a youth system. There's not a better youth system than that Ajax one. Not at all. That team that won the 95 Champions League, got Seedorf on the back by the way. What a team. What a team. Such talent in that team. And to beat, at the time, at the massive AC Milan team, what a team they was at the time. Toppled them. I think it's, as I say, heroes, right? We're talking about heroes, aren't we? I love to see who other people's footballing heroes are. Because as weird as it sounds, Johan Cruyff is a massive part of my life. As weird as that might sound. Even my coaching style is from what I've read about him and watched on YouTube, really. A lot of my beliefs of football are from the Ajax early 70s teams and the World Cup Netherlands, 74 team. A lot of my ways that I coach and things that I believe in. And people find that strange. They don't understand, I suppose. Everyone, obviously I'm English, people are going to think you want to play long balls, the old England style and that. Don't want to do that. I want to play the Dutch style. Sadly, Dutch national team at the moment, it's not great, is it, with Koeman? I reckon his time might be, he's on a tightrope, I think. But I'd love to see the opinions of Dutch people for this, actually. Obviously, English people are going to be a bit closed-minded. They're going to say, well, you're English, we spoken in. I'd like to see what the opinions of Dutch people would be on this. There must be other people who've come from different countries and they've got into your football. And they're sort of obsessed with your football. And they've taken a love for your country. I mean, I'm not going to mention, but even my favourite band are Dutch. I didn't even know they were Dutch when I liked them, when I started liking them. I only found out the singer was Dutch, and I was like, oh, that's a result, that's good. But I love Ajax, I know they're not what they used to be. I'm not one of them Ajax fans who hates Feyenoord either. I'm not. I love football in general. I'm not going to hate on anyone. Football's such a massive part of my life. And it's why I do this channel, and I do this channel with the other guys, because they're all football lovers. But I like to talk honesty. I spoke to a few people. I actually posted on a Facebook group about this, and I asked literally, because obviously I'm too young, so I asked people if they've actually seen Johan Cruyff play live, and I've got a good few reactions actually. Someone was a Villa fan, said they saw him at Villa Park playing for Barcelona in the it must be the UEFA Cup, I think, and they said I think he scored a goal that night. He had a really good game, but he said the most memorable thing about it was when he came off the pitch, every single Villa fan stood up and gave him a standing ovation. You don't see much of that these days, do you? You don't see much of that these days. You're more likely to get tomatoes thrown at you or whatever. But that just shows that real football fans, and Villa are real football fans, they're proper club. They understand football and they understand quality. I had another guy message me, he said, I saw him play at, I think it was 1975 at Wembley for Holland against England. He said, it was clear that he was just levels above anyone on that pitch, even his own teammates. He was there. His vision, he was just out on his own. Special player. I had a guy message me. He was a bit like me. Massive. His idol was Johan Cruyff, but he never saw him play. But he said, "I'll tell you what, Bobby." He said, "I saw a video of the '74 World Cup team. Captivated from that moment. As soon as I saw him wearing that number 14 shirt with his captain's armband, his Dutch captain's armband, and the way he drove with that ball at his feet, that was it. I was captivated. Captivated for life. Until now, to this day, he's still my idol." It's influence, isn't it? I had another guy say they saw him for Barcelona play at Ipswich, Portman Road. It must have been the UEFA Cup again. He said, one thing I noticed about him, he just had an aura around him. You just like, your eyes were drawn to him. And I think he was coming towards the end of his career then, maybe. But he said you could just tell that he had a presence and an aura about him on that pitch. And you could just see that even if he wasn't playing, he was the best. What defined him different to everyone else was what he had up there. He was so clever. Most clever footballer you ever see, he said. Says it all, doesn't it? I watch countless. I mean, to be honest with you, most nights my wife will tell you she gets a right. I'm on YouTube watching Johan Cruyff videos every night. I'm probably playing the same ones. But I'm still like, wow. And what I saw, it's not even the playing side of it, right? I saw a video of him sitting down, talking to other coaches. And you can see those coaches are in awe of him. Those coaches are in awe of that man. That says it all. They sit there and they're listening and they're taking it all in. And you can tell what a special guy he was. Did he have an ego? From what I led to believe, he had a big ego. Best players do. Best players know they're good, right? This guy was the best. Not one of the best. This guy was the best. Never to be toppled by anyone. I don't think anyway. Even when I watch videos of the old Dutch players who played with him, they all purr about him. They're all say how amazing he was. What a player. He was our main man, and says it all. It says it all about him. Obviously all those honours, the personal honours, being in that World Cup final side. He didn't play in '78. Unfortunately, they lost the final to Argentina in Argentina. Maybe they would have won it if he was there. We'll never know. But he was adamant he wasn't going to a second World Cup. He didn't want to be away from his family, apparently. Fair enough. Fair enough, he was a family man, I guess. But I just love the maverick of him. Love the maverick of him. As I say, he had 2 stadiums named after him. Says it all. Says it all as well. Love to see who your heroes are. Don't come on the comments and say, he wasn't as good as this one, he weren't as good as that one. Everyone's different. Everyone's opinion's different, right? My opinion is that Johan Cruyff is the best player that's ever graced this earth and will ever grace this earth. No one will ever come close to him. So you're going to be flogging a dead horse with that one, trying to convince me otherwise. But I can respect other people's opinions, and there's loads of other players who I think, wow. Obviously you've got the Messis, the Ronaldos, R9s, Zidanes. You've got these sort of players. I love Dutch players. Van Basten, Bergkamp, Cruyff. I love Seedorf. Love Clarence Seedorf. Love him. The De Boers, Ruud Krol, Nayskins. Love all. I even like Philip Cocu. Love him. Great player. Loved him. Patrick Kluivert. All these players. I just love the history of this Dutch football. Love everything about it. It's not the strongest league, is it? It's not going to be, because it's not financially big like the Premier League, is it? I just love everything about Dutch football. And I'm going to take now my boy's 8 and he's going to start remembering things. I'm going to start taking him to some Dutch games all over Holland, not just Ajax games. I want to go and see Utrecht and places like this. I want to take him to different places and experience it. But with obviously going back to the hero, Johan Cruyff. Friends of mine were surprised. There's a Johan Cruyff fashion brand still. I'm being sent pictures of Johan Cruyff Court in Islington, which is a football foundation thing, the Johan Cruyff Court. This guy's legendary, right? Legacy is massive. It's massive. I've been on the Cruyff Institute, education and stuff. Legacy. If you're not special, you're not getting this stuff like this ain't happening still. This ain't gonna happen to no Tom, Dick, or Harry, is it? Steve Jones down the pub. This ain't gonna happen for him. This is real legends. Real legends. Go on YouTube. Watch some clips of this guy, Johan Cruyff. I reckon you'll be very impressed. Very impressed. I'll be surprised if you're not a fan of his. I've literally got upstairs. I've literally got a wardrobe, which is just Johan Cruyff, Ajax and Holland clothes. People might go, "What are you on?" I'm on the Dutch couch, aren't I? But apart from that, it's what I like. It's what I like. It's what I'm into. I've just purchased this one. Just wore it for the first time. I love buying this stuff. It doesn't matter where you're from. You're going to support your own country, like 9.9% of people, right? I've never felt an infinity with the England team, ever. Never felt any sort of infinity. The only time I've really watched England is because Arsenal players are playing. If there's no Arsenal players there, I don't watch because I'm not interested. Couldn't give a monkeys. Obviously, I was in my pomp when Bergkamp, Overmars, Van Bronckhorst in the Dutch side. Loved it. Loved it. Showed me we ain't really got any Dutch players now. Timber, great player, love him. But apart from that, yeah, we haven't really had many Dutch players over the years apart from that. It's a shame. But no, I'd love to hear your opinions. Do you think it's strange for an Englishman to have this obsession with the Netherlands and Ajax and Johan Cruyff? You probably think it's strange for me to have an obsession with the Netherlands Dutch team in particular. But I'd like to get your opinions because I don't think it's strange. It's just normal to me. It's what I've been brought up with. It's what I've been into. And Euro '96 was interesting when England beat them 4-1. Yeah, that was a down day. England did play well, fair play. But yeah, that was a slaughtering. Never mind. Anyway, yeah. Put on the comments. Let me know who's your hero. If you're into another country's team more than your own, because I can't be the only one. Because my mates seem to think I'm some sort of weirdo, but I don't think so. I think I just follow what I love with football, and I'm just football passionate about it massively. Like coaching, playing, watching. I talk constantly. My life just rolls around football. I don't know how my wife puts up with me. I'm not going to lie to you, but yeah, come in the comments and let me know. And yeah, up Holland, yeah. Happy days.